Does it feel like you are suspended in a relationship where you are never fully accepted, but somehow you are never allowed to leave? One day, you are treated like the absolute center of their universe. The next, you are met with total, deafening silence. You likely tell yourself that this is a complicated love story, hoping that if you just show enough patience, the connection will eventually stabilize. Look closely at the pattern. This dynamic functions as a specific psychological loop designed to keep you exactly where you are. Every day you spend in this cycle, you are bleeding time and emotional energy, trading your mental health for unpredictable moments of attention. We are going to look at why these behaviors repeat so consistently, helping you find the clarity needed to step away. Regaining your emotional control starts with acknowledging reality. You have entered a transactional game where your needs have been replaced by a different set of rules. To understand why you feel chronically confused, we have to examine the way your expectations are being managed. Psychologists identify this specific behavioral tactic as breadcrumbing. Think of a bird being tossed just enough crumbs to keep it hopping near someone's feet. It never receives enough food to satisfy its hunger, but it receives just enough to ensure it won't fly away. This is the baseline of your relationship. You are receiving the absolute minimum amount of affection required to stay on the hook. They deploy future faking, giving verbal assurances of your special status or making vague plans that never quite materialize. If you audit their actions, those promises exist in isolation. They are rarely backed by tangible effort or a genuine move toward commitment. Effectively, you have been placed on a shelf, kept as a reliable backup plan for whenever they require a distraction. You trade your long-term goals for brief, unpredictable hits of dopamine, waiting for a reality that won't arrive. Breadcrumbing is a system designed to keep you hungry. Waiting only reinforces the idea that you are willing to survive on crumbs. Why would someone maintain a connection this way? It leads back to what they actually value in the interaction. Their attachment is centered on the feeling of power and relevance you provide them. This chart tracks narcissistic supply. When you wait by the phone or send frantic replies, you create a high-energy drain that massively boosts their ego. This intense emotional reaction stabilizes their sense of self at your expense. Within this framework, you are functioning as a utility, a validation source they use to confirm their own desirability. This behavior is driven by a deep internal insecurity that requires a constant external supply of attention just to feel okay. As long as you continue to provide these emotional reactions, you are fulfilling your role as their supply, giving them no reason to change. Eventually, you reach a breaking point. You try to move on or initiate a strict no-contact rule to protect yourself. Right as you step away, they reach out with a perfectly timed apology, a sweet call, or a nostalgic text message. Just as the real healing begins, you suddenly feel yourself being aggressively dragged right back into the toxic loop. This sudden return is triggered by their fear of losing a reliable source of validation. They sense their control slipping and react instinctively to pull you back into their orbit. This specific manipulative tactic is the pullback maneuver. Replying to this maneuver comes with a heavy cost. You buy a fleeting moment of their attention by erasing all the progress you made toward your recovery. Answering that text message simply restarts the exact same cycle from day one. To permanently exit this psychological trap, you have to change the way you interpret their behavior. The solution is radical acceptance. You must accept that their chronic inconsistency and confusion is their final answer. You deserve a whole meal, not a collection of crumbs. Cut their access to your emotional life. Stop projecting potential onto a neglectful partner, and start closing the door on people who only value you when you are leaving. Take all the emotional energy you have been using to chase their validation and redirect it toward enforcing your personal boundaries. If this breakdown clarified your situation, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into psychology. Leaving this dynamic is the mandatory price of your own growth. If you don't walk away from the trap, you can never